Hello and welcome to Newsroom series this afternoon as we guide you through what's going on in different geopolitical zones of the country. And today our bias is for the Northwest region. But our top stories where President Bola Tinubu has expressed deep concern about the flooding in parts of Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State, which displaced thousands of residents and affected facilities such as the post office and the Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. According to a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Noniga, President Tinubu extended his heartfelt condolences to the government and people of the state, especially for the families that lost their means of livelihood due to the disaster triggered by the overflow of the Alau Dam. The president calls for the immediate evacuation of people from affected areas and ordered the National Emergency Management Agency to help the flood victims. President Tinubu also assured Governor Babagana Zulum that the federal government is ready to collaborate with the agencies to address the immediate humanitarian needs of the affected people. The Nigeria Labour Congress has confirmed the release of its president, Mr. Joe Ajaero, from the detention of the Department of State Services, DSS. The General Secretary of the NLC, Mr. Emmanuel Ogbuaja, confirmed the release to Channels Television. Although the NLC has not given further information such as reasons for the arrest and conditions for the release, the Congress is happy that the DSS yielded to their demand for the release of Mr. Ajaero by midnight of Monday, the 9th of September. Mr. Joe Ajaero was picked up at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport on Monday morning on his way to a function in the UK, a development that sparked outrage amongst Labour leaders. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetoku, has ordered the Homicide Section of the FCID Abuja to embark on a detailed and comprehensive investigation into the alleged killing of Kuyum Abdul Yakin Ishola, a student of Kwara State Polytechnic Ilorin, Kwara State, which occurred on the 4th of September 2024. A statement signed by the Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumiwa Adejobi, says the officers involved in the incident have been identified as Inspector Abiodun Kayode, Inspector James Emmanuel, and Sergeant Oni Philip, attached to the Department of Operations Kwara State Command, and they have been consequently detained for investigation. The statement adds that the Inspector General of Police, who is deeply saddened by this unfortunate event that has led to the loss of a young Nigerian, sends his deepest condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of the deceased as he acknowledges the profound grief and loss caused by the unfortunate incident. Now to Newsroom series proper, with our focus on the Northwest region. A devastating flood in Kafanchan Jema local government area of Kaduna has claimed the lives of 2 children, washed away farmland, and also displaced hundreds of people following heavy rainfall which occurred in the area some days ago. The Vice Chairman of Jema local government area, Mrs. Christy Usman, made the disclosure when the Kaduna State Flood Assessment Committee, led by the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Ubasani, Mr. Sani Killa, visited the area to assess the impact of flooding in the southern part of the state. During the visit, the Governor's Chief of Staff warned residents against building along waterways and indiscriminate dumping of refuse on drainage in order to mitigate flooding during the rainy season.
The rainy season is getting to its peak, with predictions from NIMET of potential flooding in some states across the country and continuous reminders for communities to be on alert. Kaduna, located in Northwest Zone, is among the states predicted to witness flooding, and so far, Sabangari, Zaria, Kaduna North, Jama local government areas already seeing the signs of what's to come. Floodwaters is taking over roads in some communities, leading residents to resort to use of wooden canoes to access their communities. The Kaduna State Assessment Committee on Flood, led by the Chief of Staff to Governor Uba Sani, Mr. Sani Kila, visited some of the affected areas to assess the impact of the flood and to also provide support as well as sensitize the people on some environmental safety measures to mitigate potential flooding.
We'll be running to highland. I hear me now. You may just come in like that, everybody will be running out of. Like now, we'll pack, we just leave. We run to highland. So that after maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes, everybody will come back. But nobody will dare this. You cannot even stay here that time.
Going by what we have seen and what we have heard, it is really very pathetic. It's sad. Although it's a natural disaster, but there is need for urgent intervention. Intervention in terms of relief materials to the victims here, and intervention in a way of finding out both medium and long-term solutions to flooding here.
The committee also visited Kafanjan in Jama local government area, where 2 children were killed by heavy flooding some days ago. The flood also affected farmlands at Jangiri, Atuku, Aso and Bade wards.
We have places like Jagindi, Aso ward, all those areas are affected. You see, their farmlands are washed away by this flood. So I'm sure the government is going to do something. We thank the Chief of Staff for representing the governor here.
It is not actually easy. Government cannot do it alone. The community leaders, the religious leaders, I and you must team up and support as well as complement the effort of the government in making sure that disasters like this are being avoided.
In Sanga local government, 5 communities were cut off due to collapsed bridge, while some houses came down due to the heavy rainfall.
Came up around July, end of July. There was a heavy downfall, and as a result of the downfall, so many places were touched, especially this village. I came here that day when they reported to me. I saw it briefly on the road like this, and I passed to the office. Now that we've gone around, I've seen actually what happened. The whole issue is because of lack of gutter, lack of drainage.
Sometimes it will be because of our carelessness, we refuse to abide by the rules and regulations set by the Kasubda, the ruling agency, or the agencies, or the organ in charge of those planning. So we find that sometimes when one wants to build, we talk to him, he's saying, it is my land, I do whatever I feel like to do. But later on, he doesn't know the implication. So later on, when it comes like this, it will affect him, and then the government has to spend money that is supposed to be used in different things to complement the hardship faced by those affected by the flood.
While the assessment committee is expected to make its findings and recommendations to Governor Uba Sani, the Kaduna State government is appealing to the federal government to support those already impacted by the flood disaster to complement the efforts of the state government.
The wife of the Kebbi State Governor, Hajia Zainab Nasir Idris, has launched a comprehensive free community eye care treatment program for the people of Kebbi State under her Nasara Foundation. The program, in collaboration with the Tulsi Charity Foundation, aims to provide quality eye care services to those in need.
It's the first phase of the Community Eye Care Treatment Program, set in motion by the wife of the Kebbi State Governor, Zainab Nasir Idris, under her Nasara Foundation. Residents of Kebbi North Senatorial Zone gather at the Kebbi Medical Center in Kalgo with 1,500 eye patients chosen as beneficiaries.
We're expecting to treat 1,500 patients, inshallah, which 500 patients will undergo surgery, that's cataract surgery. The remaining 1,000 will either get medical glasses or medication for their illness.
Some of the services offered include diagnosis and surgery for cataract, as well as treatments for various other eye conditions.
I received my glasses for my eyesight, that's for the long sightedness that I have. So I've gotten my glasses and I'm going for the eye drop that is next. That's why I'm here sitting on the waiting line.
I am a short-sighted person, you understand? So I come to obtain glasses to know the size of glasses that I'm supposed to, which they have taken all my details. I'm now in the queue waiting to collect the glasses.
Representing the First Lady, wife of Deputy Governor Mariam Tafida, emphasizes that funding for all aspects of treatment is covered by the wife of the governor, including cost of transportation and feeding to ensure no one is left behind.
Her Excellency is a compassionate woman. She likes helping the needy. So the essence of this outreach is to help the people that cannot afford to get treated or to go for surgery. That's why she's giving out these free medical surgeries and medications and glasses.
Beneficiaries are then given strict conditions following the advice received from the medical team.
We are calling for people who benefit from this to please adhere strictly to doctors' advice after and before the surgery.
This initiative aims to ensure access to essential medical care is not hindered by economic barriers.
Now, at least 7,000 cartons of ready-to-use therapeutic food jointly procured by the Kaduna State Government and the UNICEF have been handed over to the state government to combat acute malnutrition in the state. While handing over the items to Governor Diko Rada at the State Ministry of Agriculture warehouse, Katsina, the UNICEF country representative, Christian Munduate, explained that the RUTF purchased through the Child Nutrition Match Fund will be used to provide life-saving assistance to roughly 8,000 children who suffer severe acute malnutrition in the state. She added that UNICEF is also delivering 1,400 nutritional food supplements to treat already malnourished children who've not reached an acute stage to prevent them from crossing to the dangerous stage. She therefore calls on all parents, especially to those who are responsible, to take good care of their children by taking them to the nearest health facility whenever they notice symptoms of malnutrition.
We need to take care of our young ones, of our children on the farm. And today we stand here with the governor of Katsina. We both joined and we brought together 7,000 cartons of what we call our UPS. These are life-saving, really life-saving supplements to reach those children that are severe acute malnourished. These are the children that are suffering in Nigeria. So with this, we hope to save as many lives as possible.
Malam Diko Rada thanked UNICEF for showing commitment to Katsina, adding that the state has a high number of malnourished children, pledging to provide the needed nutrition for the children under the age of 5.
To be performed by His Excellency the Governor.
This collaboration and partnership between the state government and UNICEF to address the issue of malnutrition, to provide the needed nutrients for our children under the age of 5. And if we are able to address the issue of malnutrition within that range, I think we are saving lives. So thank you very much for that.
Now, 1 out of every 4 children under the age of 5 is malnourished in Shinkafi and Zurmi area of Zamfara state as well. That's according to results from a mass screening conducted in June this year by an international aid agency, Médecins Sans Frontières, and the Ministry of Health. Of the 97,149 children screened in 21 different urban and rural locations, 27% were found to be suffering from acute malnutrition, with 5% having severe acute malnutrition. These concerning figures far exceed the critical level threshold established by the World Health Organization regarding malnutrition prevalence. The MSF urged health authorities, international organizations, and donors to immediately intensify their efforts to tackle the escalating malnutrition in Zamfara state, as well as the whole of northwest Nigeria, a region not yet included in the United Nations Humanitarian Response Plan. 1,000 petty traders in Zamfara State have received 50,000 naira each under the Renewed Hope Initiative Economic Empowerment Program of the First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu. The First Lady, while flagging off the distribution in Gusau, the Zamfara State capital, says the recapitalization grant is provided to women who are petty traders to overcome some of their business challenges.
Gathered here are 1,000 selected petty traders drawn across the 14 local government areas of Zamfara State. They are here for the 50,000 naira grant provided by the Nigerian First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, under the Renewed Hope Initiative Economic Empowerment Program. Wife of the president, represented by the wife of the Zamfara State Governor, Huriya Dauda Lawal, says the grant is targeted at helping petty traders to overcome some of their business challenges, create more jobs, and expand the contributions of the informal sector to the national economy.
The grants provided today is to assist our women petty traders in overcoming some of their business challenges, expand their businesses, create more jobs, and contribute more robustly to our economy. Economic empowerment remains a core objective of the Renewed Hope Initiative, and we have consistently delivered on this promise for both women and youth across the 6 geopolitical zones to support the economic reforms of the administration of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR.
In his remarks, the Zamfara State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Abdul Rahman Tumbido, commends the efforts of the federal government and stresses that plans are underway by the state government to provide similar assistance to small and medium entrepreneurs in the state.
Economic empowerment is crucial for the development of our communities, and I believe that this program will make a significant impact on the lives of these women. I wish all the participants of this program success and prosperity in their businesses. And I urge you to utilize this opportunity in order to create a more inclusive and prosperous society for all.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed their gratitude to the government, adding that the money will be of great benefit to their businesses.
I'm so grateful for today. This is my first experience to experience this kind of occasion. I'm so grateful, and my prayer is that God will bless them more to help people like this.
Well, for now, I think it will enable me to buy some materials that I need, that I'm lacking, to boost my business. And other women as well, I'm sure they'll use that to boost their business as well.
The Renewed Hope Initiative Economic Empowerment Program is a palliative support program designed to ease the economic challenges, especially among the most vulnerable members of the society.
Meanwhile, as part of efforts to cushion the effect of hardship experienced by Nigerians, the federal government distribution of food palliatives has flagged off its distribution of those items to 7 states in the Northwest geopolitical zone. The official flag-off was carried out by a committee led by the Deputy Senate President, Jibril Barau, in Kano State. The Rice Palliatives Distribution Committee noted that modalities have been put in place to ensure that irrespective of party affiliation, the food should be able to reach the needy at the grassroots level. Nanchine Vincent tells us more.
With the current economic realities, especially the new pump price of petrol, the federal government is continuing with the distribution of palliatives to cushion the effects on many struggling with it.
A function that is quite historical and indeed so monumental.
In Kano, northwest Nigeria, it's not business as usual following the change in modalities of the distribution exercise to ensure equity in the sharing formula, unlike what transpired under the previous arrangement.
Gwamnatin tarayya
President Tinubu feels compassion for Nigerians. That is why he instructed that the palliatives be shared differently this time around to every household in need.
The Palliatives Committee set up to oversee this new structure comprises members from political parties, security agencies, and religious bodies under the leadership of the Deputy Senate President, Senator Jibril Barau, who promises that the modalities adopted this time will ensure the food reaches to the vulnerable groups.
We are here to distribute these items in an equitable manner so that those that need to have these commodities get these commodities, so that there will be equitable distribution of these commodities. Here in Kano, we have designed a modality to make sure that the people themselves take care of the process, drive the process. So we are taking these items down to the grassroots, and we have considered committees at the grassroots to get involved and distribute these items in the best manner possible.
It's a sigh of relief residents will finally get bags of rice and other items.
This food means a lot to us. We appreciate the efforts of the federal government.
It's incredible that the modality we adhere to is going to be like probably the first in Nigeria. I mean, after what happens in Kano now, I'm hopeful and confident that other states would actually implement the same kind of modality to ensure that these palliatives reach the people that truly need them.
All 7 states in the Northwest region are to benefit from an initiative it believes will unburden the state governments as they look for other ways to help the people cope. From Kano Commercial City, Nanchin Vincent, Channels Television News.
The Kaduna state government is working with the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, to address the challenge of out-of-school children in the state. The latest partnership targets the enrollment of over 200,000 out-of-school children back to school, a move the state government describes as a major step towards reducing the number of out-of-school children in Kaduna State.
The meeting between the Kaduna State government and officials of the United Nations International Children's Fund, UNICEF, is basically to seal an agreement on reducing the number of out-of-school children in the state. The agreement is a 4-year intervention that will see UNICEF committing $2.5 million to helping out-of-school children back to school.
Everything about reaching out-of-school children has been led bare by project management team. And just for emphasis, I would like to say that it's one of the major achievements of Central Oversight Administration in Kaduna State.
The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 4 advocates for inclusive and equitable quality education for all, and this effort is considered critical to achieving the goal.
The beneficiaries of this project are both direct and far-reaching. We anticipate that over 200,000 out-of-school children will be reintegrated into the school system. Additionally, about 1,273,222 primary school pupils will benefit from improved school facilities and learning materials.
Quality of education is still a challenge in Nigeria, and we find that Kaduna can be the reservoir of quality education for children. So we just need to take the decision and move ahead.
According to the agreement, UNICEF is expected to empower the state to strengthen its education management information systems, enable data-driven budgeting, planning, and performance monitoring.
And that's it on Newsroom Series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide McCall.